Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren. I hope you're all safe and well and having a good stitchy week. So today we're going to do a stitch with me on a Heaven and Earth Designs mini tiger on the rocks, and this is artwork by the Dakota Datewiller. So this is where we're going to be starting from. So we'll see what we can get done today. All I've got to do is find out where I'm starting from. Yeah. Doesn't seem very tight. Try again. Oh yeah, apologies for the shaking. Roll on tax time, I can give myself a proper tripod. It's a bit warmer today. Meant to be up to 23 degrees today. Tomorrow, it was originally meant to be 29 degrees in winter. But that's now changed. I think it's only meant to be about 25 now, which is good. Not as hot. But yeah, when they said it was going to be about 29 degrees, it was like, seriously? That's near enough summer weather. Nighttime temperatures are still cool though, so this morning it was 3 degrees. Well, it was meant to be 3 degrees, but when I checked on my phone when I got up, it was 0.5 degrees, so a bit cooler than what they said it was going to be. So again, I'm probably going to be jumping all over the place with this. I do have 3 questions, which I'll go through in a bit. Let's put them up. So let's do the usual work update first. You saw boss keeps breaking. Every time you look up, he's got all the compartments on the saw open, and all of them stood in there scratching their head trying to figure out what they've done and how to fix it. It's quite funny. I was making it is a loud saw, but that's only like while it's cutting the wood. When it's running without cutting anything, it's loudish, but it's not really loud, if that makes sense. Well, I was helping one of the other lads. I was helping one of the other lads, and this saw was getting louder and louder and louder, and they were just carrying on working as normal. It's like, seriously? Now Shane was on the saw as well, so it was Shane, the boss, and the other old guy. The other guy who normally works on it was off with the flu, and it's like, how can they not hear that? Now Shane had his earbuds in, so I don't know if he had any music on or not. As I say, the boss is deaf, but he didn't have his hearing aids in, and he had the like earmuff things on, so he can't hear jack. I was like, how can they not hear that? So the boss happened just to look over my way. He's like, how can you not hear that? He's like, what? He's like, there's something wrong with the saw. I said, it's making a right racket. He's like, no, it's fine. Okay, if you say so. But it's not. Anyway, at break time, I said to Shane, I said, how can you lot not hear that? He went, what? I said, the saw is making a right racket. So I probably was cleaning out. Oh, well, clean it out then. I said, it's horrendous. Ooh. Looks like my accounting skills are very, very crap. Oh. I have to frog. All this black. I put it in the wrong spot. Oh, what a bummer. It should be this row. Ugh, that's gonna be fun. That's a future me problem. Can't believe I've done that. That's shocking. Well, I can't believe I've done that. It's me. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It should be on this one. Oh well. Serves me right for trying to jump ahead and get to the tiger. I've got Kitty right behind me at the moment. She's trying to figure out how to get under the cover. Even though it's open at the end so she can get in. Nope. Hang on a minute. It's open. Kitty. So yes, so the saw was making a absolute racket. So anyway, they finally cleaned it out eventually, and it's like, oh look, it's quiet. But when we got the new saw, they brought 3 new blades with it, because the blades on the type of saw don't last very long. They don't stay sharp too long for the kind of saw that it is, apparently. So they have to change the saw. So we're now on our 3rd blade. So yeah, they're now on the 3rd blade, and the boss was trying to find out if they could resharpen these blades, but for the ones that they sent, you can't resharpen them. So he's had to order some new blades, which he was hoping was going to turn up yesterday. So today's obviously Saturday, and they didn't turn up. So they're now got to wait for these new blades to turn up. So yeah, so as I mentioned, the other guy who normally works on the saw was off sick because he's got the flu. Well, he says he's got the flu, whether he has or not, who knows. It didn't look too good on Monday. He turned up for work Monday and didn't stay there too long. He got to like first break and then he went home. So yeah, and then yesterday, the boss was taking a delivery out, and then he come back, and because it wasn't long before we finished, he was just messing around, reading up books on the new saw and new compressor. And anyway, he come up to me, he says, which filter's on this compressor need cleaning? I was like, oh. I said, what do you mean you don't know? I says, well, the bloke showed the lad who's off. I said, everything with regards to the compressor. I said, even though he never touches the compressor, I always deal with the compressor when I'm at work. I said, so all I know is apparently it comes up on the screen and tells you when a filter needs cleaning. And the boss is like, well, that's not good. He says, why didn't they show you? I was like, because the other lad just decided he was taking over. And he says, and he's not here. I went, no. He says, because the filters need to be cleaned. He says, technically every week. He says, so they don't get to the stage where the machine has to stop working to say that filter needs cleaning. Well, I know that, you know that. But, never mind. So, when the other lad comes back, I've got to ask him which filters need cleaning so I can clean the filters out on the new compressor. The only downside there, generally, they only show one person how to do stuff, and not everybody. If anything goes wrong, and the person who's shown is off, then you're stuffed. There's nobody else to do it. It's like my saw. Nobody knows how to work my saw, except for me. But mine's not through lack of trying to show them. It's the fact they all avoid my saw like the plague, and don't want to work on it. So some know certain parts of it and some know other parts of it. So I think between the rest of the guys in the shed, they might be able to work my saw. You'd think the boss would know how to work my saw with the amount of times he used to be on it. That was his favourite saw until the splitting saw turned up. But he still doesn't know how to work it. And there's no point teaching anybody now how to use my saw since I'm getting a new one in April next year. And Shane had his truck in for its MOT. So his truck was booked in for yesterday at 12:15. And then the trailer for his truck was booked in at 1:45. So the boss who deals with all the loads, sending them out, decided at 10:30 that he was going to load Shane's truck up with an order to take. And the place where Shane was going to are renowned for not getting you in straight away. So by the time it would have been roughly round about a 60-minute trip. So bearing in mind Shane's truck wasn't actually loaded at the time, so he still had to wait for that to be loaded. And then Shane also had to wash the truck ready for going for its MOT. So I think it was 11 o'clock when Shane actually left. And he had to take this load, obviously come back, do what needed to be done before he went for its MOT, and had to be at the MOT place by 12:15. It's like you're never going to make it. Never in a million years. And even the owner's wife, told her son, he says, the truck is going in for its service, MOT. He went, yeah, it'll be fine. She went, but it's booked in like just over an hour and a half time. He went, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. So I told Shane to just take his time. I said, and if it's late, it's that manager's fault. I says, and then I'll have to rebook it in, and then if it's past its MOT date, then it means you can't use the truck until it gets done. Anyway, I don't know how, but Shane managed to get there and back really quickly. So this company where he was going to obviously got him in straight away, and he managed to get everything done and then set off in time to get his MOT. So Shane wasn't expecting to be back until between 1 and 1:30. Because the MOTs take about half an hour for each one. So I was like, great, I'm going to have to hang around at work for half an hour. Just what I wanted. So I was working with one of the other lads, sorting wood out. It's the guy who does the sorting, and because the other one who normally helps him was off sick, I was helping him. And the packs are for me anyway, once they've been sorted through. And then it got to about 10 to 1, I think it was. No, 1:15. And Shane turns up with a truck. I was like, okay, that was quick. So his truck passed its MOT. They did all the checks on both the truck and the trailer and got it all done within like half an hour instead of an hour that it was allocated for. So I was like, okay then. So I didn't have to hang around, which I was over the moon at. It was not worse than hanging around waiting for Shane to get back. Because you can guarantee when you're waiting for Shane to get stuck in traffic. So I think that's about the only exciting part that's happened at work. Jane's at his mum's at the moment, taking the youngest niece, because it's school holidays over here. So she's off down there for a week, and then she comes home for, no, what is it, 2 days? And goes back down for another week. Because of how the mum and dad's shifts fall, she can't be at home. Because last time it was school holidays, they had it worked out where her dad was on one shift and her mum was on another shift on one of the weeks, so it meant that the dad could bring the daughter to work for her daughter to hang around for like 10 minutes or whatever and then go home with the mum. But this time it's how the shifts have worked out. It's not happening. So she's down at Grandma and Granddad's for 2 weeks. Which she doesn't mind going down for 1 week because the next door neighbour's kids are normally there. But the following week, the next door neighbour's kids normally go to, I think it's their grandparents, for a week. So she has no one to play with, so she gets bored. And last time she found them all crying that she wanted to come home. But this time she's got no choice, she can't come home because Mum and Dad are both working. So yeah, so he's down there at the moment. So Shane's dad had to get the car fixed because the water pump had gone on it, was leaking. Now we're waiting for Shane's dad to bring the stuff up that Shane got from his friend. Because his dad's got the trailer and his car can tow a trailer. So they had the water pump fixed the other day, and now apparently they're not bringing this stuff up because they've just had the car fixed and they're not risking it being damaged again, bringing a trailer here. Well, it's like, seriously? It's like, it's never bothered it before. I mean, we've used the trailer when we first moved up here, and then Shane's dad's brought some stuff up for us several times, but now it's a problem. So it's like, okay, so I think that's Shane's mum just being awkward. So they're now having words, apparently, to get it sorted so they can bring the stuff up. So I don't know. It should be coming up next weekend. But whether it is now or not, I don't know. Because I said to Shane, I said, if not, I says, well, either we'll have to go to the tip or we'll have to hire a van or something to pick it up. But I looked at how much it was to hire a van. It's not cheap. It's $200 to hire a van for the day. So we'll see what happens. As I mentioned in my update video, the cats have been and had the claws cut today. And I was quite surprised. Normally, I have a battle trying to get them in the cat carriers, especially with Tiger. Tiger does not like going in the cat carrier whatsoever. I got the cat carriers down, and as soon as they saw him, they all bolted. All three of them. It's like, okay, try and find the cats. Shane was just laughing his head off as they all shot off in different directions. And then I went around finding the cats and picking them up one at a time. And I say Tiger's normally the worst one to try and get him in the cat carrier. I thought, well, I'll go for him first. He went straight in. I was like, okay then. Ginge normally puts up a little bit of a fight, but not much of a fight. He was quite easy to get in. And Kitty, last time I tried getting her in the cat carrier, was a nightmare. She put up a proper fight. She just went straight in as well. It's like, okay then. So normally I start getting them ready. Well, start chasing them, should I say, about 20 minutes before my appointment, so I know I've got them in time. I got to the appointment well early. I got there, went, yeah, I'm a little bit early, sorry. She went, it's all right. So I got to the appointment about 15 minutes early. 2 seconds will count. So yeah, so they were all done and dusted in no time. So I was actually in and out before my appointment time. So, which was quite good. And it was a different nurse, vet, whatever you want to call it, that was on today, cutting the claws. So I've come out and she says, do they normally charge you for all three of the cats? I was like, no. She said, I didn't think they would. She says, because it's too easy. She says, and it doesn't seem fair to charge you for 3 cats when it takes no time whatsoever. So how much do they normally charge you? I said, well, it varies, it depends who's on. She says, how much did they charge you last time? I went, I can't remember. So I said one price. I said, I think it was around about that. She went, tell you what, she says, I'll just charge you for, she says, I'll meet you halfway. She says, we'll do half price for all 3. I was like, all right, sweet. So that saved me about $10. So hopefully she's on again there next time I go. Tiger's still trying to get out to catch the birds. So when I was taking him to the vet, Shane was helping me take them to the car. He was like, yeah, Tiger, you can go and play with the birds now. He says, but you're not getting out the cage, but you can see them. Most of the birds were actually hanging around. They seem to know when we're at home, because they always hang around wanting feeding when we're at home. But if they don't think we're at home, you don't see them at all. So like 9 out of 10, if like Shane's gone out in the car, they've obviously thought, oh, they've gone out, so they don't hang around. But if they know they're at home, we're at home, they just hang around all day wanting feeding. It's like, I'm not going in and out all day feeding you lot. It was like yesterday at work. As you know, I feed the birds at work as well. And one of the birds, because as I mentioned, I was working with one of the other lads yesterday. And while we were doing the sorting was in a different part of the shed to where I normally am. And one of the birds that I feed, one of the butcher birds there, just flew into where I was. He said, "But yeah," he says, "They even follow you to where you are." He says, "They know where you're working." I'm like, "I know." I says, "Obviously." It's like, he must be hungry. Even though he'd been fed about 10 times that day, he must be hungry. He wants more food. So yeah, they even follow me around the sheds, so they know which shed I work in. So these couple of stages, and I'll find the questions out. Which I'm going to need to for this one, and then question times. Alright, here we go. As I say, I've got a couple of questions, but I think it's only about 3, so not many. So, the first one is from Karen Tang, who wants to know. So, quick question. I know you and Alara are friends and enjoy keeping up with each other. She too is one of her favourites. So, just wondering, do you think the challenge has been of benefit to you? So, this is the one with the mini top frog, pushing you to increase your progress. Or are you feeling it's curtailing your ability to get progress on some of your other projects you love, thinking maybe it might take time away from your beloved Tiger family? And then looking forward, would you think twice about taking on a challenge with someone else? Or does your desire to win the challenge mean you might do it again in the future? So, I enjoy doing challenges. It does push you to work on a project. So yes, I do like that. But normally, I would say most of the challenges I've had is like just to do part or so many stitches, or not to complete a whole project in one year. So yes, so I do enjoy the challenges. I am very competitive when it comes to stuff like that, so I always want to win. Doesn't matter if I don't win, but I always want to win. So yes, so I would do it again, but probably not. Come here. Probably not a full project like I'm doing this time. So maybe like if it was like complete a page, or it's like the one I did the other year with Natalie, which was just to complete a dolphin. So some things are okay, but I don't think I'd do a full project again. It's just a bit too much, I think, because yes, it does take away from working on the other ones, because you need to get it finished. So whereas normally I would work on my Tiger family on a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I'm currently working on Mini Top Frog Saturday, Sunday, because I need to get the progress in to keep it with Alara. So yeah, it is kind of dampening working on that one, but I know once it's finished I can get back to working all the time on Tiger Family. So I think once it's done and out of the way. I've just got to get it done. So yeah, so next year, I mean, I probably will end up doing a challenge with someone. I know someone was talking about doing a challenge on Mini Deer Creek next year. So that'll probably happen, but as long as it's not to complete it, then I'm happy with that. So yeah, I don't mind challenges at all. I enjoy them. I say it does push you to get more and more work done on one, so you get closer to a finish. But yeah, it does kind of pull it away from your focus pieces that you want to really concentrate on, getting more progress in. Long wind. So yeah, so that's the answer. Very long-winded. Next question. Next question is from Stuart, who wants to know, how do you store your threads for both your whips and your general storage? So it's put more of a show and tell than a question. So, well, all my projects, if they come as a kit already, the floss stays with the kit, so it just stays kitted up however it is. This one, let me just count, 1, 2, 5. This one, I think I showed last time I was on this one. I have the Peiko organisers, well, cheap versions from AliExpress. So yeah, numbers are upside down. So yeah, they're just on these for this one. Any that are in projects that aren't kitted up, that don't come as a kit, or on thread drops. So yeah, they're on thread drops, ready for going, or should be on thread drops, or if I've not worked on it for a while, then they're probably, all the threads are in there, but I haven't got around to putting them all on thread drops yet. So they will go onto thread drops at some point. Anything that's not, on my Magical Moments time, it is in the, the folder with, I can't remember what it's called now. From Floss Anthology anyway, I know who it's from. It's the folder with everything already done in the sleeves. So yeah, but anything else that's not for a project is stored in bags, in numbers. So, bear with me 2 seconds. I've got a bag underneath here. So, for example, that's like on my 3700s or 100s. So yeah, so they're all in like Ziploc bags, 1 to 35. So they're all stored like that. And then anything that's come out of a project, so if for example I've completed a project like with Posh Robin or anything like that, those threads are all just in a bag, still on the thread drops, ready to be pulled to go on to the next project that I'm going to use them on. So when I get ready to start a new project, kitting it up, for example, I will go through and pull out any colours that I need from those first before ordering any new threads, so that I know what I need to get. So yeah, I hope that kind of answers your question there, Stuart. And excuse the tractor. So the next one is from Sharon Marie, who asks, one question, if cross stitch wasn't an option, what other craft could you maybe see yourself doing? Non-stitchy question. Oh no. So yeah, and then there's a non-stitchy question, and what's your worst habit? And no, Tiger, you're not coming up on my knee. Yes, Tiger is coming up on my knee. Tiger, I can't stitch with you there. It's gone again. So, now I've lost my scissors. So, if I couldn't do cross stitching, obviously I toyed with diamond painting, so I used to do a bit of diamond painting. So that obviously would be an option. I used to do puzzles. Probably some form of model making. I've got one of Bumblebee, and it's one of these, it's like a little pack that's made of metal, and you have to fold the pieces into shape and assemble it all. I bought that ages ago and I still haven't got around to doing it, but I'd probably do something like that. I was trying to think if I can think where I put that so I could show you what I mean, but I can't remember where I put it. I kept it out for ages because I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that, and I never did. Give me 2 seconds, I think I know where it is, and then I can show you what I mean. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So, they're all little small pieces of metal, and then it makes these models when you've got it all joined together. No glue or soldering needed, just a pair of needle nose pliers that I need to get a pair of needle nose pliers so I can do it. But yeah, they're called metal model kits. This is one I got years ago, and it cost me $9.99. And I got it from Meadow Hall in the UK, or as I call it, Meadow Hell, down by the food court area, if I remember rightly. There was a place called the Alleys, and there was like it's like a novelty shop that sells all novelty stuff, and I got it from there in the intention of doing it, and I still haven't bought a pair of needle nose pliers in order to do it. So one year I will get that done, maybe. So yeah, I'll probably do those. Mind you, you can get them on, I think, AliExpress and stuff like that as well, but they're not cheap. Not cheap like they were, like that one was. One popped up on, I don't know why it did, but it popped up on my Facebook feed the other day, and it was from Temu, or Temu, or however you pronounce it, which is like a new version of AliExpress. And I thought, oh, we'll have a look, see how much they are. Oh, they weren't cheap. There was like $100 and some dollars. It's like, yeah, nah. But I think they were bigger ones. I don't think they were the small ones like that. So yeah, so I'd probably do stuff like that. Where am I going here? There. I used to have a load of, well, still got them, Warhammer. If you know what Warhammer is, it's like a role-play game kind of thing. I used to have a load of figurines for that. I used to attempt to paint. My painting skills for those are not very good. I started assembling them. I don't even think I finished assembling them. I did have a fair few though. So yeah, so I'd probably go into doing stuff like that, models of some sort. I've got a fair few Airfix models for like were my dad's. That Shane was going to do, but never did. So I've still got all of those in the spare bedroom to do. But I'm not one for really doing those kind of models because they're too big. I prefer the smaller ones. With regards to bad habits, do I have any bad habits? The peeing in the cat trays, waiting for Shane to clean them. Class as a bad habit? No, I don't do that really. Just joking. I don't really have any bad habits. I don't bite my nails. I don't swear a lot. Well, no, I don't really have any bad habits. Except for saying I'm going to do something and then I end up not doing it. If that's classed as a bad habit or not. Yeah, I don't really have any bad habits per se. I forget a lot of stuff. I say I'm going to keep in touch with friends and stuff like that, and I don't, because I think, oh, I must remember to message them, then I do something else, and I forget to message them, and then it's too late. Obviously, time differences. So yeah, no, I'm terrible at that. So if you're one of my friends, you will know. You don't get much messages or phone calls from me because I forget. I think, oh, it's too late at night to do that, or it's too early in the morning for them, so I'll do it later on, and then you get doing other stuff and I completely forget. So yeah, I'm shocking at keeping in touch with friends. That's probably why I ain't got none. But yeah, no, other than that, I don't have any bad habits really. Unless you go drinking coffee. Too much coffee, a bad habit. Oops. Wrong spot. So that's all the questions I got. So there's no more questions. So yeah, so I'm pretty boring like that. Don't have any bad habits, don't have any friends, don't have anything. Well, I have friends, but none that I go and visit. Don't have any friends over here that I can go and visit. Well, I do, I have Tia. She's about the closest person I can go and visit, because everybody else lives far, far away. Like Kelly and Gail both live in New South Wales, so that's a fair trek and a couple of hours drive. Tia's probably the closest. This is about a 45-minute drive, I think. Nicole from Divinely Designs, she's way too far away. That's a couple of hours, I think. And then there's Sharon, who is from with Crossstitch. She lives near Brisbane, I think. So that's a while, an hour or two drive away. So yeah, everyone's too far away to go and visit. That's why I want to move closer to the coast at some point. So at least I can, one, I will go and visit people, or two, at least go out and do stuff. So I don't know if I mentioned in my last thing, I think the landlord's moved out of his house. I definitely think he has. I keep seeing them turn, well, his wife turn up, and then disappearing in the car again, and all his family keep turning up and helping move stuff out. I haven't seen him well, I saw him last weekend, but he wasn't there long. But normally, he owns a farm, and normally you see all the workers coming here, like bringing the tractors and stuff like that, or picking up a truck or something, and I've not even seen any of them. So I think they must have got a new property. They moved out. Well, they're in the process of moving out, one of them. So me and Shane are going to keep an eye out and see if they put the house up for rent. Because if they put it up for rent, then we might see about getting that one. Because it's bigger. Well, I won't say it's a bigger house than this. It probably is. So you can't really tell from the outside. But it has air conditioning and a fireplace. So it'll probably be more rent, but if they do put it up, we're going to see if we can move into that one instead of this one. So yeah, we keep looking to see if it goes up or not. So we're assuming he's probably going to put it up for rent, or he could be selling it. We don't know. As I say, we don't see him to ask him what's going off. Because I thought if he had moved out, he'd let us know so that we can keep an eye on the house, just in case anything suspicious starts happening. But no, we don't see him, so I can't ask him. I'll collar him at some point. He's bound to turn up one weekend. I'll catch him then, and then ask him what's going off. Well, yeah, I'll say that one. It looks like a bigger property from what I can tell. I mean, you can't see the whole house from here, but it definitely looks like it's a much bigger property. And it has a proper carport, so we don't have to drive around the back of the house to try and get it under cover. So, brother's been doing some more work on my mum's extension. So he was due to go down last Sunday. He went down Saturday and then he was due to go back down Sunday. I don't know if he did or not because it was Father's Day over in the UK last weekend. So I don't know if he actually got down there or not. He said he was going to turn up about 9:30. By the time I got off the phone with my mum, it was 10 o'clock and he still hadn't turned up, so I don't know if he turned up or not. But then my other brother sent me some pictures later on that night, so it's coming along. The walls have started going up now. He's just finished doing all the damp course. That's in the wrong spot. I think no, it's not. It was in the right spot. Yeah, so he's just finished all the damp coursing. So he's built one of the walls up. So that's about, I don't know how high he's going with the walls, so I don't know if it's the full height or if it's only about halfway. It's coming along. So he should be there this weekend. Should. Doing some more brickwork. Because I'm assuming he's going to want to try and get as much brickwork done as he can before the weather changes over there. So then he can get the roof on and then work inside. So we will see. I'll wait for my update pictures. Shane's now wondering about growing carrots. So as I mentioned before, he was obsessed with sweet potatoes. Now he wants to grow carrots. It's like, oh, carrots grow downwards, don't they? I was like, yes. So he's now wondering about buying one of those bags that you just fill up with compost, so you can do carrots. So okay. So yes. So he's now looking at carrots. So we're going to have all these vegetables. And he's not going to eat them all. I know he won't. And as you know, I'm a fussy eater, so I won't be eating most of them. I forgot to mention I do like carrots. I forgot to mention that in last week's one, so I will eat the carrots. But not half of the other stuff he's growing. But never mind. So he's already spent any tax money that we're going to get back. He's already went that way spending on it. Better hope he gets a good tax return. He wants to get his tattoo. He wants to get a new phone, a new watch, and all these things, pay off bills. So that, yeah, we don't normally get that much back, Shane. Well, hey, there we go. And we'll see what we get back. I think he'll be very disappointed. We're still waiting to see if we're going to get a bonus from work. So last year we got one, which is the first time ever. So, and that was at the end of June. So we're hoping that when we get paid this week, we get our bonus as well. But I have a funny feeling we probably won't do. They'll be like, oh, we spent too much money on a new saw and compressor and everything else. So there'll be some excuse. So we'll soon find out. Be good if we do get it. Oh, Shane's also on and about now. He wants a fish tank. I keep telling him we're not having a fish tank. One, the cats will be constantly there trying to get into the fish tank. But he wants a fish tank, yeah. I was like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But he doesn't want just a small fish tank. Nope. He wants either a 4-foot or a 6-foot fish tank. And when we was in the UK, I used to have a fish tank over there. Well, actually I had two. I had one upstairs and one downstairs. And then when I left, my elder brother took the one from downstairs. I can't remember what happened to the one that was upstairs. So yeah, I normally used to keep the tropical fish. So yeah, I don't mind keeping fishes, but Shane wants a fish tank. But it's like, but he won't clean it out. I know he won't. And there's nowhere to put a fish tank at the moment. But he's adamant he wants one. I was like, oh, my sister's on about getting rid of hers. He says, technically that's mine anyway, so yeah, we're still not having it. Don't matter how hard you tried, you're not having a fish tank. Maybe when we own our own place, then yes, because obviously if you're renting somewhere and you get kicked out for any reason whatsoever, or they don't renew your lease, you've then got to try and find somewhere big enough to have everything, or if you can't find anything, you've got to give it all away because you'll have nowhere to store it. So who knows? So yeah, if we do eventually get our own place, then yes, well, I'll probably have a fish tank. Give the cats something to watch by their TV. So, right, I think that's a good place to stop. So what we've done 232 stitches. So this one altogether has had 1,458 out of 105,625. So a fair bit to go still. This is only at 1.38%. So, yeah, well, it is what it is. You'll get there eventually. So yeah, so, right. So we'll leave it there then, guys. So if you do have any questions or comments, as normal, feel free to drop those down below. Or you can email me. Email address as always is dizzystitcher@gmail.com. Or I'm on Instagram as dizzystitcher. So until next time, happy stitching, take care, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be my update. So until then, guys, take care, bye-bye for now.